Welcome back to Stickman Trenches. Today what I want to show you is one of the craziest maps, map number 8. It's hard and heavy, and speaking of hard, we're going to play it on hard. We're going to be playing as the British, and what I want to do today is unlock all the way down to anti-tank grenades. Now there's 3 different upgrades in the grenade upgrade tree, and we're going to show off just how powerful anti-tank grenades are at, guess what? Destroying tanks. Now, while you're watching this, the question of the day, and I love all the feedback in the last video, we're going to be going over some of it, is twofold. First, which countries should be introduced into Stickman Trenches next? Currently, we have Great Britain and Germany. And secondarily, what vehicle upgrades should we put on the tech tree? Because look at this space over here. It is primed and ready for maybe vehicle or artillery-based upgrades. Let's get in the action. And remember that Stickman Trenches is out now, and you can get it for yourself using the link in the video description below. And thank you for supporting myself, the team, and this game. We really do appreciate it. Grenade level 1. So after fighting for a while, we've got some medals, and now we're gonna go from grenade level 1 to grenade level 2. We're about 2.5 minutes into this game. The enemy on hard difficulty hasn't summoned any tanks, but they have been doing a heavy amount of artillery. Oh, and if you're wondering why my voice may be a little bit different, it's a little bit hoarse. That's because I attended what I guess historically is the 6th longest hockey game in NHL history last night. I was yelling a lot. Now we need 7 medals to get the anti-tank grenade upgrade. It's quite expensive. There's so many things that I want, like reinforcement level 1 would be huge. And we are versing hard difficulty, but I'm going to risk it for said biscuit right now. And actually, I think I should push these guys before they get fortified. Oh! They summoned artillery right as we attacked. We got hit relatively heavily, but the enemy, I don't know. I can't push this trench, but I'm feeling pretty good right now. Now, we got artillery barrage in an unlock in one of like the little choices. You know, I guess what we could do is get a machine gun and then upgrade this trench so that hopefully we can survive artillery a little bit better. And voila, we did get a lot of luck there. But hey, luck is part of our strategy. Remember, hope is a strategy. Now, with only 3 men, before it's reinforced by the flamethrower and some of those shotgun guys, we are going to rush that. I think it behooves you as a player, especially once you get a little more familiar with the mechanics of the game, to be a little bit aggressive and do what I call trench raiding. Now, as the player does get better and does like do more of these little raids to like soften them up, like right now, I think it's going to be more important that we balance the AI and evolve them over time, because that's one of the things that I think is unfortunate about most video games. Is the fact that AI, once you learn their tendencies, you can kind of exploit it, right? Which is sort of the fun thing about emergent AI. In generative AI, specifically in video games, there's going to be some wild stuff happening. And honestly, I want to be a part of it. But we're not there yet. We're not even to anti-tank grenades upgrades. So the enemy is heavily fortifying. I'm going to weaken that machine gun nest. Oh, after we take out these 2 guys. Oh, that machine gun did not do much to us, and you can see what happens when we send in our men to attack with grenades. It's pretty devastating. Even on hard difficulty, I can't help but wonder if the AI might be, I don't know, saving up for something? I'm hoping it's tanks. I really am hoping it's tanks. Oh my gosh. Okay, I said I was hoping it's tanks, but now tanks are here. I'm a little bit scared. One thing that we might want to do is get snipers, because they're going to be so effective on this map specifically, because all of the trenches are within range. Oh my gosh. Okay, wait a minute. Here's our moment to shine. We have 5 medals, and we just have the option for 3. So if we can do this quickly, well, it won't matter too much, because upgrades don't affect your units that are already out, only the ones that you're going to spawn after the upgrade. But look at that. Light grenades, you can see how much damage they're doing to the tank. Not a whole lot, but it was enough to hold the line. Now, the next upgrade we desperately need is reinforcement level 1 and potentially even reinforcement level 2, which I think, given that we're fighting hard difficulty, okay, we got relatively lucky with that artillery. But since this video is all about showing off anti-tank grenades, we're going to play a little bit more defensively. I've noticed that a lot of the Steam reviews, some of the negative ones, people are just saying how hard the game can be and how brutal artillery is, and I get that. But I think there's a difference in, like, you know, if you like the game and you like the idea of it, and you see the worthy challenge of, well, it's a game that I want to get better at. Whew, we got very lucky with that artillery. Then why not play a little bit more, learn how to beat it, which it is very beatable, do it, and then leave a review. Oh, we got a sniper, so we're gonna use artillery barrage. We're gonna take the medals, and we're gonna lose most of our men. Okay, so what I wanna do is reinforcement level 1, and then reinforcement level 2. And then what we're gonna do is start working on giving our men body armor. Now the sniper's shooting at us, but since we have an upgraded trench, there's gonna be some more misses. You can see here, look at this guy. You can subtly see it, the guys that have the grenade capability, like there's a little grenade hanging off their hip. They're gonna attack with this force and the tank, so I think it's advantageous to, well, be a little bit aggressive. Don't just sit back and wait. I really want this one. Now, real quick, before they attack, do they have poisonous gas? No, they do not. We would be able to see it. Using metals for precision artillery might be the next best thing, but there go the anti-tank grenades, and look at how quickly that tank went down. It was significantly better run. Oh, that was precision artillery, which didn't seem very precise. And we're gonna just do that and hope to get lucky. Hey, we got, oh my, okay. That wasn't perfect. That wasn't a 100% A+, but that was like a 98% A+. Because the rifleman being alive, whatever, who cares? We got a sniper and a machine gun. The odds of that happening, not very good. Now, artillery does happen. It's brutal. It sucks. Yes, we get it. But we're going to go on the offensive here. Basically, what I'm doing is just hitting them before they can build up too big of an army. And honestly, we might just go, you know, a little bit of a marching operation here. Send in the men, see how far they get. There's 2 machine gun nests. Oh, they're going to be reinforced. We're going to wait for it because I feel like we just have the competitive edge here. And what we're going to be doing is building up our force back here at our other trench. This is the fortified one. Oh. And we're going to take the medals, absolutely. Wow. Okay, they bombed the fortified trench. Now, what I want to do, we've got... Oh, I hear some tanks coming out. Well, a tank. It's a cannon tank. They've got a decent amount of men here. There go the AT grenades, and look at how well that does. Now we're going to charge them. Shotgunners are massive. Grenadiers are incredible. The upgrade system, I think, is at a relatively early place, but I like where it's going. So in the last video, I was asking for your guys' ideas and suggestions as far as like where we can evolve the research tech tree and what should come next. One of the biggest suggestions was a day and night cycle. Now, it would be interesting to have a map that actually has a day and night cycle as opposed to what we've previously had where you get to choose whether you want day or night modifiers. So we have like either day or night and there's certain weather modifiers, right? All right, boys, get in there and throw some grenades. Get that flamethrower. I love it. Now, we only have a few men left. We've got a cannon tank coming. Now, here we go. This is going to be for educational purposes. One anti-tank grenade did, it looks like about 1/3 damage. Okay, so what I want to do is send in a few. Ooh, these guys have body armor. That guy fired at it with a shotgun. Use your grenades, buddy. Now, you got to remember that grenades only give them a 40% chance to throw, so that was really unfortunate. And what I'm trying to do is just send a couple men at a time. There it is. He gets the final kill. I love it. Okay. So I think what's kind of fun is like you can either use your medals to kind of get a wide variety of units, or you can just go heavily down the research tree. We've got another tank coming. I'm going to use these men who are now armored at body armor level 1 while we're saving up for body armor level 2 to take out this trench and then fight this tank. Because it's a smaller group, and even still, we should be in like 1, 2, 3, boom. It's done. Gentlemen, now take the next trench. I feel like these are just shock troopers now. Oh, you know what? We'll take the medals and we'll upgrade that trench since that's where our men are hiding out. And here we go. I want body armor level 2. Now you'll notice that the body armor level 2, they kind of have like shoulder pads and like almost what looks like wrist guard armor, which basically is a visual indication that these are the strongest, most armored troops that you can currently get in the game. So I do like that idea of a day and night cycle that goes throughout the battle, but I think, and let me know if you agree, that it would be more interesting if it was a toggleable option, right? Like maybe after you beat a map up to like normal difficulty, you can get modifiers. That's something that we've been exploring internally and discussing how well we can execute on that. If you've been with us since the beginning, you know that Stickman Trenches, it's constantly in development. We've got another tank. This one is a machine gun. What I'd love to see is the AI start using land ships. And I think maybe brutal difficulty, you could start getting that. There goes the, look at that. That's so many AT grenades. It's just like, it's over. So at this point, I think the final thing that we need to make our men look even cooler is gas masks. Also, it's gonna help us survive, well, you know, against poisonous gas. In the last video, Axel Folly suggested changing combat boots level 1 with body armor level 1. And body armor level 1 would actually slow down your troops, and the boots would actually speed them back up to normal speed. And even maybe a little bit faster. That's a really intriguing one, and it kind of would make this tree a little bit more interesting in that your men are slower. Okay, so once again, onto the breach. The tanks are here. He gets a shot off. That was woefully ineffective. And we're gonna artillery this area. Okay, that was wildly successful. So look at this. We still have this giant force back here. Oh, okay. 2 anti-tank grenades brought them down so much. We're gonna charge with just what, 6, I think it was? And we are gonna take the medals so that we can get the gas masks. If we get up to K bullets and put out some snipers out here, that would be pretty cool because K bullets are exceptionally good at killing tanks as well. Now look at this. A fully upgraded shock troop with a gas mask just looks like you went from like World War I to like diesel punk or steampunk type like troopers. If like the Galactic Empire was fighting in World War I feel like the troops would look like this. We've got a sniper. We don't want to just sit back and take it and then destroy that tank. A tank is killing one guy. Now the AI needs to learn to, you know, kind of adapt. And this is where like a generative AI, like AI adapting on the fly would be so amazing, but it's just beyond our current abilities right now, unfortunately. Now, Kevon Whitley, in the last video, we were talking about where to put over on this side of the tech tree. They were saying that you could have a research option to maybe pick a troop that would be automatically spawned, but you can only spawn 1 unit at a time, and you probably only get access to that, well, the one time. I think that's a pretty interesting idea. All right, more snipers. But look at this. These troops, riflemen and grenadiers, are attacking a heavily fortified position, machine guns and tanks, and they almost pulled it off with relatively modest numbers. Now, let's go ahead and get advanced scopes, which all newly spawned troops have a 20% shot accuracy. So I'm gonna bring up a different question in this video, and the question is, I think that the next update, obviously there's gonna be updates in between the next big content update and this one, is I think it's gonna be adding in a new country, and which country should we do? I have an idea on like 1 or 2 that I think should be the first ones. Now, what happens if we attack a tank in no man's land? Let's find out. The grenades still go out. These guys are just absolute tanks right now. And we have a full upgrade. So at this point, I can spend my medals, well, literally however I want. And let's go ahead and get a flamethrower. And for here, now that we're gonna need it, poisonous gas, a machine gun tank, and a heavy tank. So 16 minutes in, and we, you know, we're like getting a little bit curious about what else we can do here on the battlefield. Tanks literally just have very little chance right now. Maybe one of the next things we need to do is some kind of like vehicular and tank upgrade tech tree. Now, can this small squad of elite troopers get all the way and destroy the enemy base? Oh, that cannon tank took out, it looked like 4 of them. All right, we're combining the armies now. And we are going to, oh, they're sending out 2 tanks at once. How exciting. All right, let's support this trench, set up our supply lines, and try to meet this guy in no man's land. We lost 2 troops in that engagement. Before, we would have lost, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5. Because that is a significant amount of men. So Johnny-O was saying in the last video that he's glad that Stickman Trenches is back. Ooh, artillery is also back. And oh my gosh, there goes my army right there. We need to resupply and then push the enemy lines. If we got the money, might as well just like secure this foothold. as we build up. What about close quarters combat in some way? I don't know how to do that just yet. Just with the limitations of the game, but like, you know, trench bats or, you know, like if you wanted to get sensational and lend into stereotypes, you could have like a Japanese-esque faction. I mean, they did participate in World War I. And you could give them like samurais, but like, I mean, like samurai, like katanas, but I don't know. Or like maybe actually more appropriately would be like making bayonets actually be able to like, that could be an upgrade and you rush the enemy base, right? But needless to say, we need vehicle upgrade ideas as we destroy the enemy base, and what nations should be introduced next into Stickman Trenches. Remember that you can get Stickman Trenches on Steam, and you can use the link in the video description below. And thank you so much for supporting our game.